This is a video on class number 4. Yesterday, during the live class, I forgot to record, so that is why I have to make this video again after the class. Today's topic is drug house management, and under drug house management, we'll see about selection of site and space layout, and then legal requirements for retail drugstore. So these are the topics that we covered in our previous class. First is the channels of distribution for pharmaceuticals and drugs, and then we discussed about requirements for grant of license for wholesale of drugs, and then we also went through the requirements for grant of license for retail of drugs. This is the syllabus. So today we are going to be discussing about this topics. Before starting about drug house management, we'll just go through the scopes that we have uh, after pharmacy education. May either be D Pharm, B Pharm, or higher education in the field of pharmacy. So the first scope is hospital pharmacy. It can either be in private hospitals or government hospitals. Can work as a pharmacist, and then the second is in retail pharmacy stores. It can either be in urban areas or rural areas. Then again, similar is the wholesale pharmacy, and the fourth is pharmaceutical education, which I'm doing right now, and then we have drug manufacturing houses where you can work as an analyst, or you can work as a chemist, and also since there are various departments in pharma drug manufacturing houses, so you can work in those departments. And then if you have a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, then you can go for research and development, and you can work you can work under various projects that are sponsored by various state as well as private agencies. So there are many project positions that research project positions that you can work under on this research and development. And then you can work in the armed forces as a pharmacist. You have options for army, navy, and air force as well. And, um, and then you can go for banks, pharmacists. You can be working as a pharmacist in several banks of India. It can be both in the private sector as well as the government sector. Then you can work as a pharmacist in railways, and not only in railways, other central government organizations like ONGC and oil. So similarly, in petroleum sectors also, uh, you can work as a pharmacist. Then apart from this, there are various other government and private institutions and organizations where you can work as a pharmacist. Many institutes, whether it is large or small, they recruit pharmacists for their campus. So you can take an opportunity of that. So, and not only this, there are many other relevant areas where scopes are there. These this points that I have mentioned here, these are not the only scopes that are available, or we have both are, so you can grab it. Drug house management. So first thing is uh, any registered pharmacist uh, with an interest for business, or who has the excitement, or who has who has the capacity to invest and start a business in retail sale or wholesale drugstore can go for this uh, can go through this topic very nicely because it will be helpful to them. So this to be a registered pharmacist, anyone who completes the um, the course, either D Pharm or B Pharm, he has to go to their respective state pharmacy councils and then get themselves registered as a pharmacist. So that is one factor, and then the second is the success of a drugstore. It depends on the following factors. First is where it is located, its location, and then we have the proper layout design. How is the layout? How is the construction of the store? That also matters. And then second is we have sound financial management. कि मैनेजमेंट कैसा है, पैसा कैसे मैनेज हो रहा है, either how other sales or the incoming money and also the amount that is invested, all those management, it should be done very well in order in order for a drugstore to be successful. And then we need qualified and experienced staff, and फिर उसके बाद आता है honesty, sincerity and hard work. Then we have the good behavior of staff members, along with customers and also among themselves. तो वही स्टाफ वहाँ स्टोर में काम करने वाले स्टाफ कैसे बिहेव करते हैं अपने वो अपने लोगों के बीच कैसे बिहेव करते हैं, अपने स्टाफ मेंबर्स के बीच कैसे बिहेव करते हैं, एंड ऑल्सो कस्टमर्स के साथ कैसे बिहेव करते हैं. those all this is also an important factor for how successful a store will be. Then the factors that are to be considered for selection of site of retail drugstore. First is the first this is considered an important factor, the availability of finance. मतलब कि how much you can invest, मतलब कितना invest कर सकते हो. It can be if you can मतलब अगर ज़्यादा अमाउंट में इन्वेस्ट कर सकता है तो अर्बन एरियाज में इन्वेस्ट कर सकता है. अगर किसी का बजट कम है तो they can invest in rural areas. So और कितना इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हो, that also depends on how large the store will be. कितना बड़ा स्टोर बनाना है, छोटा स्टोर for छोटा बजट, बड़ा स्टोर for बड़ा बजट. So availability of finance is important, and then second is density of population. How dense is the site that you have selected around that periphery? How dense is the population? ज़्यादा dense होगा तो ज़्यादा benefit होगा. अगर ज़्यादा कम है, density अगर कम है तो उतना benefit नहीं होगा. So that also matters. And then the third factor is buying habits of public. अगर financially sound लोग रहते हैं आसपास तो they will have more buying capacity. अगर ऐसे लोग हैं जिनका फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन उतना अच्छा नहीं है तो थोड़ा buying habits will also be different. So that this factor has also इसको भी consider करना है for selection of site. And then number 4 is the number of doctors in the surrounding area. So if there are 3 or 4 doctors in the surrounding area, then it will be beneficial because they will have You they will have this patients coming in and out from there, and then there there's a high chance that your sale will obviously increase. तो वही डिपेंड करता है कि डॉक्टर्स का कितना नंबर आसपास है. अगर एक ही डॉक्टर है then there is less chance. So if there are around 3-4 doctors around, then yes, uh, you have more chances for success. And then existence of a hospital. So if there are nursing homes or hospitals around, then because of the in and out, mostly from the outpatients, there are chances of getting them as customers. And then the sixth factor is number of drugstores existing in the area. So um, if there are a lot of drugstores around, then there will be high competition. So this thing has also to be taken in consideration while selecting the site. अब ज़्यादा ज़्यादा स्टोर्स नहीं होना चाहिए अराउंड, क्योंकि अगर कंपटीशन थोड़ा कम होगा तो बेनिफिट्स भी थोड़ा ज़्यादा आएंगे. सो those things have to be considered. And then business locality. The seventh factor is business locality. So if I say an example for that, a shopping center can be selected because because customers will buy other products, and while buying other products they may notice your products too. So or they may be reminded suddenly. याद आ सकता है उनको कि चलो मुझे ये लेना है. So बिजनेस लोकेलिटी कोई भी जगह में हो सकता है जहाँ पे थोड़ा लोकेलिटी मतलब थोड़ा बिजनेस ओरिएंटेड हो. सो उसका बेस्ट एग्जांपल है एक शॉपिंग सेंटर. एंड देन द सेवन फैक्टर इज फ्लो ऑफ ट्रैफिक. सो ट्रैफिक सिग्नल्स और रोड सर्कल्स के आसपास नहीं होना चाहिए, बिकॉज वहाँ पे पार्किंग इश्यूज होगा. देयर विल बी लॉट ऑफ पार्किंग इश्यूज. सो parking issues इसलिए होगा because customers will come and they will obviously try to they will obviously need a parking space. So if you don't have a proper parking space, then you will lose a lot of customers. So before selection of a site, we have to make sure that it's not near traffic signals or road circles. और अगर traffic signals और road circles का केस भी नहीं है, just we have to ensure that मतलब पार्किंग का कोई इश्यूज नहीं है. मतलब देयर इज नो, जस्ट हैव टू इंश्योर दैट देयर आर नो पार्किंग इश्यूज. And then if we talk about space layout of drugstore, it is considered as the first important factor is the selection of site. After selection of site, the next important step that that is considered is the space layout. कंस्ट्रक्शन जो होता है अंदर का कौन सा चीज़ कहाँ है, रैक्स कैसा है. so all those things will fall under the space layout. So the entire house, how should I say, house or the entire construction should be done with cement and concrete, and then the floors should be with marble tiles. Now the walls and roof should be painted with washable paint. This the main reason for this is for easy cleaning. अगर साफ सफाई अगर रेगुलर बेसिस पे करना तो चाहिए, तो उसके लिए अगर एक जो इजीली वॉशेबल अगर पेंट लगा दिया जाए वॉल्स एंड रूफ पे, सो इट विल बी easier for maintenance. Then wooden or steel racks should be painted white from the inside. Now जो हमारे जो रैक्स होते हैं वहाँ सामान रखने का, वुडन और स्टील वगैरह, तो उसको अंदर से वाइट पेंट करना है. एंड देन यू शुड फिट इट विद ग्लास डोर्स आउटसाइड. ये अंदर से वाइट पेंट करने का जो फंडा ये है कि तो कोई भी प्रोडक्ट जो हो, अगर बैकग्राउंड अगर वाइट है, इफ योर बैकग्राउंड इज वाइट, देन इट इज वेरी इजी टू रिकॉग्नाइज एनी objects or any bottles or any items that are placed on that racks. तो मतलब वो easily दिखाई देगा, मतलब अगर बैकग्राउंड अगर वाइट है तो, और फिटेड विद ग्लास बिकॉज वो ट्रांसपेरेंट होगा। अगर और गिरने का भी चांस नहीं रहेगा, इसलिए उसको ग्लास डोर से फिट भी करना है। And then the counters should be made from wood having white sun mica at top. So white sun mica, if someone is not aware what sun mica is, this is what's white sun mica here. तो ये हमको दिखाई देते हैं कभी वुडन वुडन टेबल्स वगैरह, काउंटर्स वगैरह, उसके ऊपर ये चिपकाया जाता है। ये लेयर्स में कभी कभार पुराना हो जाने से लेयर्स में पील होके भी आता है। सो जो जो ये जो लगाते हैं, दिस थिंग दैट इज put above countertops or some other wooden items, this it is made up of plastic and various other mixers, various other a mix of various other items. So this is what sun mica is. So the counters that you'll be using, it should have this at top, and then the show windows should be attractive, and other office furnitures like tables and chairs, it can be provided. Then another important thing is there should be sufficient waiting space uh, for chairs, I mean with chairs for customers. तो वेटिंग स्पेस और बैठने का जुगाड़ अच्छा होना चाहिए कस्टमर्स के लिए। देन लाइटिंग फैसिलिटी अच्छा होना चाहिए, बिकॉज अगर लाइटिंग अच्छा होगा तो इट विल बी इजी फॉर आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ वेरियस आइटम्स। अगर कुछ कोई चीज़ अगर लाइटिंग अगर अच्छा होगा तो किसी चीज़ को किसी ऑब्जेक्ट किसी हैंड रिटन ऑब्जेक्ट या जो भी हो, उसको आइडेंटिफाई करने में मतलब थोड़ा अच्छा रहेगा आइडेंटिफाई करने में, इट विल बी इजियर मतलब। सो यस, एंड देन इट विल आल्सो प्रोवाइड अ वेरी cheerful एटमॉस्फेयर अच्छा रहेगा अगर लाइटनिंग अगर अच्छी तरह दिया हुआ है फैसिलिटीज, तो अच्छा रहेगा एटमॉस्फेयर। एंड देन सॉरी, so if possible, there should be toilet facilities for use by staff as well as customers. Now this is not mandatory, but if possible, then it should be given. So what are the objectives of the layout design? Now the first objective is to provide maximum storage facilities. The better your layout design, the more you can put items in your storage. And then uh, the second point is to increase or to attract more customers. So if your store is very attractive, then obviously it will be attractive, it will attract more customers, and more customers means more sales, so sales will be increased. That is the third point. And the the another main objective of layout design is to give an attractive and professional image to the customers. And the other factor is to control the movement of customers inside the store. And the fourth is to provide surveillance, और जो चोरी वगैरह जो है वो कम हो थोड़ा, और कम हो मतलब उसका चांस ही नहीं हो, मतलब ऐसा द लेआउट शुड बी सच दैट कैन इजीली सर्वेल, मतलब इजीली देख सकते हो कि कहीं पे कुछ कोई उठा के तो लेके नहीं जा रहा है। सो the chances of theft should be reduced. The design must be such that. And then the last point is to maintain the potency of drugs. So the storage facilities वगैरह should be in such a way that the potency of drugs, they are not reduced in any way, and they're also stored in their required temperature and other environment, or other requirements that are there for such storage are all maintained. तो उसको गौर करना है. Now this is the ideal layout design of a retail drugstore. So doesn't need to be exactly this, but this is considered an ideal design. So here we have the table and then chair जहाँ पे तुम बैठोगे या मैं बैठूंगा या कोई और बैठेगा, and then we have space for refrigerator here, and then there are racks around racks. This is show window. There are racks, and there are more racks here, and here we have storage for reserve stocks, and then there is toilet here. We have flap doors here, and there is sales counter is here. This is a show window, so this should be attractive, so customers will look at this show window from outside, and then um, get to know more about the store. And then here we have the seating arrangement for customers. Then we have one more show window here. So this show windows should be very attractive. We have one show window in the front, and we have two show windows here, and then we have one more show window here. So this would be attractive, so that it is appealing and it shows a professional image to the customers. Now, what are the legal requirements to start a drugstore? क्या क्या legal requirements हमको चाहिए legally एक ड्रग स्टोर स्टार्ट करने के लिए? फर्स्ट इज जो मिनिमम क्वालिफिकेशंस होता है. सो द मिनिमम क्वालिफिकेशंस इज, the first thing is you'll have to be registered as a pharmacist with state pharmacy council. So in order to register yourself, first you should have passed a degree or diploma in pharmacy from a recognized institution. तो जब recognized institution बोलते हैं, it should be recognized by the Pharmacy Council of India and AICTE as well. So that is important. Not just having a degree from any college will give you that college or the institution should be recognized by at least PCI, Pharmacy Council of India. Now now anyone with this qualifications, he or she can open a retail drugstore, but the license for retail sale, that it will only be available, or it will only be granted to the registered pharmacists who will be employed in that particular store for the purpose. So they only the uh, registered pharmacist who is employed in that particular drugstore, only he will be licensed for the retail sale. No other individuals will be allowed. Now, if there is someone who doesn't have the above qualifications that I said, but he is interested not to start not in starting a retail store. उसको retail नहीं करना है, उसको wholesale करना है. कोई है जिसका qualification नहीं, ना उसका diploma है, ना उसका degree है, but still he is interested in this business. और बिजनेस वो रिटेल, उसको रिटेल स्टोर का बिजनेस नहीं है, उसको होलसेल का बिजनेस करना है. तो what is required is that he must be at least he 10 pass, or he must have at least passed matriculation exam, and after that he must possess at least 4 years of experience in handling of drugs. मिनिमम 4 years. ओनली इफ़ ही मीट्स दिस क्राइटेरिया, अगर वो मैट्रिक पास है प्लस उसने 4 साल का एक्सपीरियंस, उसको 4 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है ड्रग्स हैंडल करने में, तो ही कैन अप्लाई फॉर अ लाइसेंस इन होलसेल, only in wholesale, not in retail. So these are the minimum qualifications uh, that are required. And then second point, we'll talk about the minimum space. So the minimum area that is required, it should be equal to or more than 10 square meters. uh, it it should not be more than 10 square meters, the area or the site where the store is supposed to be started. If the area is less than this, then the license won't be given, the drugstore license won't be given. And the second thing is proper storage. So you should have proper storage in order to be granted the license. Now there should be sufficient number of racks to store drugs and pharmaceuticals. And the important thing is most there are items like vitamins, antibiotics, vaccines, sera. Then we have certain enzymatic preparations, etc. Now this required to be stored usually between temperatures 2 degree centigrade to 8 degree centigrade. So in order to store this, you'll need a refrigerator. So that is compulsory. That is mandatory refrigerator. So the third point, application for the grant of license. Uh, we will go through this point in the next class. So um, for regarding the legal requirements, we have talked about the minimum qualification and then minimum space. Then we have the third point, application for grant of license. तो ये जो एप्लीकेशन फॉर ग्रांट ऑफ लाइसेंस है, इसको हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे. So this is the end of today's session. I hope you have a nice day. And then if you have any doubts, if you have any questions that you have regarding this subject or regarding any matter, you can call me anytime. You can text me in WhatsApp, um, or if you want the answer then and there, I can provide you the answer. Or if required, I will just call me and text me your queries, your questions, and then I will answer those queries in the next class, in the live session, or in a similar recording session. So so that not only you, others will also get to know what queries you are having, and then what is the solution to that. So thank you.